You are now listening to a Doc Martin production.
Get those words! Frackin'
They say the meek will inherit the earth. We say the nerds are already in control. Welcome to the Frackin' Nerds, episode number 294. I'm your host, Doc Martin, and joining me, man, I don't know what to start with. I'll just go over here, and then he'll be surprised when I pin him. It's our own Chris Class, who's done a lot more work. You've moved your location, it looks like, another underground secret location.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I'm trying to get set up here in the man bat cave, whatever you would call this. I don't know. I gotta come up with a name for this. I don't know. Maybe the listeners, the viewers, or whatever can help come up with a name. Name Craven the Toy Hunts.
So is that like a Spider-Verse group going on over there with you?
This is my Spider-Man little. Yeah, this was a whole Spider-Man wall. I used to be on the opposite side that has all my legends and shit. And then I was setting something up across the way, but now I was like, after talking to director Doc over here, he was like, you still need figures, not just things on the wall. So trying to add things to it and not make it look like such a clusterfuck, but still, you could see a little sneak preview of what's going to be dropping on the new Craven the Toy Hunt video soon.
So there you go. So
thanks,
yeah,
Doc.
if you are looking to see what the new stuff is, always watch Frackin' Nerds because we get the quickest drop. Or his Instagram too. So if you ever needing to know what's going on with that. All right. And the guy from the East Coast, I told him to go ahead and check on that calendar and make sure it is working correctly. And he was like, I don't got a fucking calendar up anymore. This is our own Joshua.
Yeah, look, I changed some stuff. I got a drawing of me and Rick from Rick and Morty, and I got a picture of a dead Japanese wrestler. That's pretty cool.
Be a little more respectful. That's Mitsuharu Misawa, man.
See? You can tell he's a mark. Anyway.
A mark for maybe one of the greatest wrestlers that has ever laced up a pair of boots, dude.
That's the truth, but they don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I'm good. What's up, guys?
Who you calling a mark?
Yeah.
Who you calling a mark?
He spent $50 for that, folks.
Well, it was like $50 for the shirt and other things, right?
It was 28. This was something separate.
It's good to be back on the show with my future background from Joshua reads the entire alternate line. So there you go.
That's not going to be your background.
Yeah, it is.
You can't use a Rick and Morty as your background.
It's not Rick and Morty. It's Joshua Caraballo dressed as Rick and Morty. So.
But there's Rick in that picture.
But there's Wolverine in mine.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. But I mean, we can't use that full background as your.
No. Yeah, we can. It's gonna be good. No calendar. So yeah.
But that's true. No calendar. So I don't know how you know what's going on with the days if you don't have your calendar up. So.
There's this thing called my phone. I think it tells me the date. Oh yeah.
It does. It helps a lot. It does a lot of things. Well, remember, if you like this show or hate the show, just send us a like, subscribe, comment. Please don't send us the porn links because I don't know why those random porn links get sent to our comment section. So,
hey, bro, comments and likes from like porn stars or like bots and all that still counts as a comment or a like.
Well, there we go.
So keep it up.
A potential to meet a new fan.
Yeah, I don't think any of these people are checking out the show. They're just botting and putting in, hey, come check out this, download Mortal Kombat for free, that kind of stuff. Well, on today's show, Batman is official, board games, movies, and TV shows, and some comic news. But first, Google Phone app can automatically record calls from unknown numbers. So when you get a call from an unknown number, it'll automatically start recording. Now understand, it'll tell you the first time you set this up, that depending on where you live, myself in Kentucky, as long as one person that is on the line knows you're recording, which sometimes if it's just the federal government, they're the ones knowing that you're recording. We can, I could call Joshua and record without him knowing that recording. Some places you have to tell them you're being recorded.
What's that called? Single consent, right?
Yes. But yeah, so in the state of Kentucky, I could record you without you knowing. I think New York may be a little different. I know California, you definitely have to tell them that you're recording to know what's going on. It's so that, the government can't just eavesdrop and record without your consent to it.
What the fuck are you talking about that the government was like, yeah, let's listen on this conversation?
Well, no, if they're trying to bust somebody or something like that, in the state of Kentucky, they could listen to you because they know that they're recording and you could be completely oblivious to it. So if you're using the Google Phone app, that's something you can do to record, to get some backup and dirt and everything else.
I mean, you'd have to be a stupid asshole to fucking just but then again, it has to be someone you trust.
With what?
Like with any, say if you called me and hey, Josh, what's going on with, just hypothetical, what's going on with you and that chick? Huh? Everything going good? And I'm like, what the fuck are you asking me about that chick for? But if I trust you, nah, I'm doing that bitch dirty, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, gotcha, Joshua.
I think it works more of let's say you're dealing with a legal dispute or something like that, and you need them to admit to what they're doing for gaining information or something like that. That's how I see what.
Because have you ever heard of that happening in a court case where, Your Honor, I have the recording right here. Was it a single consent state, or did you get consent from the other party? No. Well, throw it out. It's inadmissible.
How often are you going to court?
Well, you would hear about that as some type of.
No. I seriously doubt that would just be brought up because it got recorded.
No, because if it's bombshell evidence, it's either going to get thrown out or it's going to be admissible.
That's
I'm
true.
just saying, how many times have you read something about some stupid ass court story? When you read anything or you hear in the news, we barely hear about that because no one's going to fucking stop evidence from being presented. You think of a prime example of current events. If you think the guy Derek Chauvin was on a phone call with someone, he's like, "Yeah, I meant to do that. I wanted that guy dead." And they were like, "Yeah, we got a recording of him saying that." And the judge is like, "Well, nope, not a single consent. It's thrown out." You think they're not going to talk about it?
Well, no, but they do. That's what they do. I love when they do. Now, what you heard is not admissible, so forget about what you. I was like, how do you just forget? Oh, okay. Even though he just
totally
admitted on the phone.
Men in Black that shit.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm just going to that's not going to help me now make the decision.
It's like when they tell you, they have to have reasonable doubt. I'm like, you think that jury cares? They had a fucking reason. He did it. He's going to jail.
Yeah, there's video of it.
I hate when they say that. The defense has to just prove reasonable doubt. No, they don't. They gotta prove he's innocent. Or make the motherfuckers go, you know what? I don't think he did it. And they didn't do it. So I hate when they say that. It'll be like a guy just fucking stabbing someone and shit or fucking shit. You got to prove he didn't do it with reasonable doubt. No. Fuck out of here.
Well, Domino is going to be starting their autonomous pizza delivery. So if you live in Houston, Texas, they're with the help of Neuro's R2 robot. They announced this 2 years ago, and now they're going to be rolling out, delivering pizzas out to you. Would you guys order, would you be interested in having a pizza delivered by an autonomous car, dropping it off at your place?
I order a pizza. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how I get it, man. If I get it delivered, is that just less of a tip? I mean, I'm not a cheapskate when it comes to tips. If it's a wait staff,
well, I'm not gonna tip a driverless car.
Exactly. If I'm not gonna be go get you some gas, I'm not gonna. That's no.
No, because you already get charged for the delivery charge.
Oh, that's true.
There you go.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
I
mean, at least someone ain't fucking with your pizza on the way over, right?
It's true. Or do you think they do this where they'll send this out to areas where delivery guys won't deliver? Because there are areas that delivery guys won't go because they know they're just going to get robbed. Do you think this would be a safer way to just send that car out there?
So let me get this straight.
You don't think that car would get fucked up, man? That's the case,
it could get fucked up, but I mean, but there's got to be no money. How many people are getting robbed for their pizza? Aren't they typically getting robbed for the money?
But the Domino's car,
car parts.
Yeah,
what?
The Domino's car end up on cinder blocks.
Yeah. You mean to tell me they're afraid to go there, so they're gonna send a car that's not actually protected? Like, oh look, just break this shit.
Well, it reminds me of. Did you guys see the robot that somebody made in Canada, and it was traveling across Canada, and it was asking for help to move one place to the other? It got over to the U.S. border, and then in Philadelphia, like they just got fucked up.
The shit out of this.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, it made it all the way through Canada, and as soon as it hit,
It was going to get into the U.S. and then go across the United States to California, and by Philly they just fucked it.
It was in a.
They had to go get it and just remove it because.
Can I link me to this story later so I can watch this? Because I'm like,
it's amazing.
There it is.
This is shit you have to send to the group, so I find this fascinating.
This is 2015. This happened
on Twitter once.
Yeah. A friendly little robot from Ontario, Canada, got all the way to Philadelphia. But just 2 weeks after starting its cross-country journey in Boston, Hitchbot's trip had come to an unfortunate trip in the city of brotherly love. It's like completely decimated. I'm going to post this in our Fracking Nerds, and then if you're watching the show, you can see this also. But there you go, Joshua. There is the information on it.
Thank you.
That picture you see is not how it looks now. So I just want you to know that.
Is that the before?
Yeah, the before where it looks all happy and everything else.
After, it's fucking Bad News Bears, man.
Don't forget,
it's funny, right? The city of brotherly love.
This is the city that threw batteries at Santa and cheered when the Dallas Cowboy guy nearly broke his neck, and yeah.
They cheered when the dude from the Giants hurt his knee, the one that dances a lot. I forgot his name. Oh, Victor Cruz.
Victor Cruz. That's it.
When Victor Cruz tore his ACL, they were fucking laughing. They were rejoicing. Somebody from the Cowboy. Like, Philadelphia is a very, very mean place.
Philadelphia is an awesome wrestling town too. Like back in the day, I mean, that's where ECW came from.
Yeah.
Philly, where the heels got cheered, and they were anytime WWF or WCW would show up there, they were all about the Four Horsemen back in the day. They were Philly. I have love for Philly.
That poor fucking robot. No, I can't wait. I can't wait to see this. Now I'm intrigued.
It's an awesome story.
Best Buy is going to be starting a $200 membership program, which what it allows you to do is get unlimited support on any tech that you may have in your house, if you bought it at Best Buy or not. It also will give you free shipping with no minimums and a 60-day return window to exclusive member sale pricing. And would you guys do something to get a Geek Squad for a whole year for $200?
Nope.
I think this is a good program from older people that have a harder time with the technology. When your parents come in and go, "Can you help me get this set up?" and we just pay $200 to Best Buy and they'll come out to you.
Gee, it's funny you mentioned that, Doc, because I think you had that situation with your dad with a 3D printer. Oh wait, no, he had to help you.
He did have to help me. Still not printing. So yeah, well, it's because he's been doing 3D printing for. I bet I couldn't call Best Buy and go, "Help me figure out why I suck at this fucking 3D printer."
Oh, if you bought a 3D, do they sell 3D printers at Best Buy?
No, I don't think they do.
Oh, all right. Well, hey, man, next time make sure.
Yeah. I don't think it'd be able to help me. Yeah, all my dad was like, "You really need to get on YouTube and learn more about it." I was like, "I ain't got fucking time." I just want to hit a button and I want it to do what I want it to do. And I was getting a print going, and then apparently it just kicked the little plate where it prints, the clips popped off, and all of a sudden I hear a big thud, and I come upstairs and there's the plate and there's the printer. I don't know what the fuck to do anymore. So
it was printing a Funko Pop.
No, I've got to do it. I have to do a basic print before I worry about doing anything complicated. So
okay.
It's the way it is.
I'm fascinated how those things even work. I am so ignorant to this. I have no idea how a 3D printer works. Where
just
people make fucking
filament comes down and then it warms it up and then it has a diagram and it just goes.
But you can make things with movements and It blows me away, man.
Gun.
You can make a gun. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
you can make a gun.
That's how it blows me away, man.
It's because somebody's smart enough to create the 3D, dimension, the third dimensional items, and then it just prints it out.
That's fucking crazy. It blows my mind. But no, I would never do this Best Buy thing. I think Best Buy, first of all, I mean, I got a brand new TV from Best Buy. It's beautiful, but I spent probably $200 more than what I probably should have, and I could have saved on that at something like Walmart. And then you just buy a fucking warranty if you want. It's I think it's $200.
Now the $200 does include, if you buy any item from there, you get an additional 2-year warranty protection on the purchases.
Yeah, fuck that.
Okay. So nobody's doing the Best Buy thing.
No,
I never do that shit. I pissed off a fucking sales rep because I kept doing that to them because they kept trying to force warranty on me, and I was like, no. And the TV lasted for like about 7 years, I think. I think my dad still has the fucking TV, if I'm not mistaken.
You know what most people do with the Best Buy, because you don't get your money back if 5 years goes by and you don't use it. So what happens is people will return the item right before their warranty is supposed to expire and get whatever the most upgraded version is, and then just continue doing that.
So in essence, they're paying
a good idea.
$200 for a new TV.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
After you buy it, then you fork another $200 in 5 years. You know what?
All you have to do is say it's just like, it's not working. You bring it back. They'll give you whatever the most recent model at the price you paid for.
Oh, the price you paid for. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so you're not getting it like whatever that TV would be worth now. No, it's like if you spent $1,000 on it, then that's where it would be at.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm good. Well, guys, the biggest rumor going around is finally official, and that's Michael Keaton is going to be returning as Batman in the upcoming Flash movie. I don't know what seemed more you figure it wasn't going to happen. Michael Keaton as Batman or an actual Flash movie being made, because it didn't seem like there was no just directors were dropping off. Barry couldn't go to a multiverse to find a director to finally make this fucking movie. But it is finally happening.
Good.
Andy Muschietti, who did the It movies, is going to be on, and Ezra I Choke Out Women Miller will be back as the Flash, which I'm
really that was like 2 years ago, right?
So we just said, okay, that's fine.
I mean, didn't we forget about other things people have done?
Not really, no.
I mean, Ray Rice, he hasn't been back. He hasn't played a fucking game since doing that horrendous deal.
No.
I mean, look at the complexion of Ray Rice and Ezra Miller.
I have no idea who Ezra Miller is. So I'm like,
he's the Flash.
Who?
The Flash.
He plays the Flash?
Yes, in that Snyder Justice League movie.
That little guy choked out a girl?
Yes.
I
didn't choke her out. It looked like they were playing, but
nah, it wasn't like they were playing. I think the story was she was like a fan and she was overzealous, and he was like, "Get the fuck away from me." It was in another country, wasn't in America, because a girl would have slapped the shit out of him if he would have did that to her. That's why, that's what I'm saying. No one cared because it was in another country. It wasn't in fucking America.
I didn't even hear about it, but
this is the pulse. This is your finger away from the pulse, up here.
Let's see.
When you guys talk about this shit on here, you guys not only are you talking about all this shit for the audience, but I get entertained with it as well because I don't know about any of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure where
fuck him.
That guy happened.
I think it happened in Paris, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it looks like Iceland is what they're saying.
Oh, Iceland, there you go.
Yeah.
But nobody cared. No one made it. They were like, "Oh, they're going to kick him off the Flash." I say, bro, they're not going to kick him off a movie. They're just going to cancel because they just don't want the fucking movie to happen.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, with other things, people, it starts the cancel culture, and it was just like he somehow just oh yeah, I'm good.
No. See, that's what I keep telling you. Cancel culture only works against the people you don't like.
Oh, so they must like him.
Yeah.
He was horrible in fucking Justice League.
He was a shitty Flash. And you know what the funny part is? Now that we brought this up, I want to say that Did you think there was anything wrong with that Flash doc or class after watching that movie?
In regards to what?
Into his behavior. Maybe he had some type of...
Did they make him like he was supposed to be like autistic or something?
He seemed autistic.
Yes, but no. Apparently, Zack Snyder confirmed that he suffers from ADHD.
ADHD. Okay, I could see that.
Did you say ADHD?
Yeah, DD.
What the fuck is DD?
The extra D is for fucking disbelief that you had to have that man acting like that had attention deficit disorder. Oh, I'm sorry, attention hyper deficit disorder. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I rolled my eyes when I saw that. I was like, really?
Hyperactive.
Yeah.
Did you add the DD as for a joke?
Yeah.
Okay.
Disbelief.
Okay.
Attention.
Yeah, I thought maybe that was the whole thing. And that makes sense. He's the Flash. ADHD makes perfect sense for, if you're going to have some kind of some kind of little tick going on there, but it makes way more sense. So yeah.
Why does that make sense? He got that superpower. It's not like he'd had the Flash power for very long. So why do we have to say, oh, because he's fast? So obviously he probably has an attention deficit disorder.
Well, probably his mind is racing just as fast as his feet. I mean, his instincts are faster. So like, I'm sure his thoughts, like I was reading a Flash comic not that long ago, and they were talking about how he has to like intentionally slow everything down so he doesn't just fucking race out of like his fucking shoes, just trying to like slowly walk. So like, if he has to constantly think about that. So his mind is racing just as fast as like he does. So being ADHD, I could like totally see that.
Well, and if you've read The Invincibles or even watched it on Amazon, they show the Flash character.
Wait. What was that? What the Disney movie?
No, Invincible.
You said The Invincibles. You know that, right?
No, it's Invincible.
Yeah, I know, but you just said The Invincibles.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I just said I read a Flash story. Maybe I'm thinking of watching that episode of Invincible.
What? Well, in Invincible, it's...
They say that. They say something like that.
He says that even small talk is I can't deal with because I get bored.
Yeah, because it's going so fast. All
yeah.
Right, so I related that to the Flash.
That sounds like
but it would make sense. Same concept.
No, but it's funny you mentioned that. You guys mentioned that because that's what Quicksilver goes through every day as a mutant, or rather,
sure.
An enhanced human being. Yeah, it's like, you know how hard it is to be like fucking constantly in a world where I'm so sped up, but everything seems slow. It's like it's fucking mind-boggling. I remember that issue. I think that was in House of M, if I'm not mistaken.
So maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe I was thinking Quicksilver, and I got that mixed up with Invincible. And I just associated all that with Flash.
Yeah, because I've never seen anything like. I mean, you guys read more comics than me, but even on the show, they don't really talk about him like having an impatient type thing where he's hard to like focus on anything. If anything, the Speed Force makes him super focused. You know, because like he could read and retain information. He processes information faster than a normal human being.
Yeah, the comics never play it off like he's got problems.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't like that. When watching the Justice League movie, I was like, he's acting more like fucking Wally, or rather, Bart. Because when my introduction to Bart Allen was in Young Justice, and I'm like, oh, this kid is like hyperactive. He's like all over the place, and that makes sense. And when I saw Justice League, I was like, why is he acting more like Bart Allen? Because that's not what Barry Allen does. Barry Allen's like a nerd. He's straight up laced. Like,
yeah, Barry Allen was very.
You know,
it's because Zack Snyder never read the comics, and he's just.
You know what? I listen. I'm totally with you on that because of like what they told fucking Jesse Eisenberg to do with his portrayal of Lex Luthor.
Oh God, what and the fuck was like, that?
I was like, I can understand.
I want a Zuckerberg kind of Lex. No.
So, but like, I'll be the first one to admit I hate him as the Flash. I think they did a horrible job with the Flash character, and I hate the fact that we're gonna deal with more of that in the next movie.
Oh, we're gonna deal with a lot of it in the next.
I mean, if it's about the Flash, that's all you're gonna deal with.
Yeah.
Well, to finish up,
I hated him in the original one, and in the Zack Snyder cut, like it just seemed like I didn't mind.
Nothing changed.
I mean,
like that scene with the scene with the fucking interview for the job interview with the dogs. I'm like, really? He's like, oh, I love the dog.
They did cut out like the bug-eyed Barry because I noticed that I didn't see a lot of that mask with the eyes like. That's because I don't know that. I guess that's how they felt like he could do expressions with his eyes moving around.
And you know what makes me even laugh harder is like they put him in the Suicide Squad movie, and if you look at that one line he says in the Suicide Squad movie. He seems totally cool. He's like, I guess there's no honor amongst thieves. And he shoots the lightning bolt at him. That totally night and day from the Justice League Barry.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
very much
I was just like, I was like, where was that one? That one needed to be in the movie. Not, you know, that's my second favorite chair. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, to finish up with the information about The Flash, apparently Keaton was not completely tied in because of COVID and worrying about that. But now that things are moving in the right direction, that's how he is signed on. Mark Miller.
If anybody wants fucking Ben Affleck to be in it throughout the whole movie, I got bad news for you. He's at the end, the very end. He's probably an after credits scene. I'll put money on it.
On in the Flash movie?
Yeah, he's either after credits scene or he's at the very fucking end.
Well, Mark Miller's Starlight is getting a film treatment.
Yay, more Mark Millar stuff.
Written and directed by Attack of the Block's Joe Cornish for 20th Century Studios. Simon Kinberg and Audrey Chon are producing the film. You may know other Millers. It's actually Miller. That's what I found out. It's not Millar. He did Wanted, Kick-Ass, and Kingsman. I looked. I found.
Really? I always thought it was Mark Millar. Just because the A.
I found the proper pronunciation. It's just supposed to be Miller. It just looks weird when you see Millar, but it's Miller. That's how it's supposed to be.
We need to like type it in Google where it does that stupid ass chick voice.
Are you
and
sure?
hear how they say that.
Because when I was at a comic book signing with him, he said Millar.
Oh well.
Oh really?
Straight from the tap. Then
that's how I started pronouncing it because I heard him say Mark Millar.
No, because the reason I got it is I was reading a Reddit thing and they were talking about things that people screw up in the comic book world, and they were like, it's pronounced Miller, it's not Millar. I don't know, Mark. If you want to come on the show and
defend
say
yourself,
say how you can pronounce your name, please do.
He's Scottish, so it's like. He's not. I thought the pronunciation because that's what But
I have not read Starlight, so I'm not sure how the book is. The comic centers on a space hero who saved the universe 35 years ago, but when he came back to Earth, no one believed his fantastic stories. He's married, has kids, and settled into old age. But then his old rocket ship shows up, and he's called back for one fantastic adventure.
Oh, that sounds fun. That's going to be a Netflix movie.
And it go to Netflix because I thought all his stuff is supposed to be going that direction, right?
They sound like a deal with Millar World.
Yeah, because we're getting what are we getting? The one show, Jupiter's Legacy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's coming.
Which looks really good. I'm looking forward to it.
Which one thing I got pissed off with is I was like, hey, I'm going to start reading it. And then I use Hoopla for a lot of my Image comics. And it's kind of like when we talked about the Batman, the animated series. Like, what is the actual start of it? They put the start of it is the prequel to the comics. Like, the actual comic starts with the kids. And the main other characters are old age and stuff and what the kids are dealing with. And then they did a prequel about the original characters and how they became what they, in essence, how the Justice League came.
Right.
That's what I was throwing off. I was like, none of this is about the kids. And then I realized, you guys didn't really, because they got they'll say volume 1, volume 2, and volume 1 is in essence trade 3, but they made it volume 1. So I'm like, thanks guys. Thanks for making it confusing.
Wow. Okay.
Did they spoil anything?
Visual comics.
Do what?
Did they spoil anything for you?
No, because it's a prequel. So it's about how they.
So what are you complaining about then?
Because it threw me off when I'm watching the trailer going, I don't know any of this stuff. Why? What is going on here? Why does everybody look old? Shut up, Joshua. Anyway, Netflix.
The art is great in the comic, by the way, by what is it? Frank Quietly, I think is his name. and great artist.
See, that's one dude whose name I don't know how to pronounce. So I just go Frank Q.
Yeah, I think it's Quietly.
I would say Quickly. I was like Frank, but I was like, I'll just call him Frank Q. I was not a fan of his artwork.
It took me a little bit until he did Batman and Robin. I believe he did.
I got him for I believe Grant Morrison's run on X-Men, and he did All-Star Superman, the first couple of issues.
All-Star Superman, that's what he did.
And I was like, I don't like the way this guy draws.
It's different, man. It's different, but very detail oriented. That's
true story. I was like, man, when I saw they were making All-Star Superman, I was like, how the fuck are they going to translate that into like animation? And they did a good job, but that's still not my cup of tea.
Sure.
Well, guys, we're going to be getting a live-action Gundam on Netflix. Jordan Vogt-Roberts, who did Kong Skull Island, will be coming on to direct it.
Now, is this a TV show or a movie?
I think it's going to be a film.
Oh, and Gundam is what exactly? Because I don't know.
It's big robots and
That's
people.
Big robots fighting big robots?
Usually, yeah. It's people inside the big robots. But I think in the Gundam world, it's just one pilot. Not like Voltron, which has multiple people.
It's more like Pacific Rim style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's what I was like. So Pacific Rim before Pacific Rim.
Oh yeah. Well, you never watched any of the Gundams or read any of the animes or anything, or Magna?
I just knew about the animes and the figures. I was like, when I went to the comic book store, I would see like one Gundam action figure. So.
Brian K. Vaughan is right now attached as the writer and executive producer. So I mean, it's
all right.
Good.
It's good to see.
And I mean, the director. I mean, with Kong Skull Island. I mean, it wasn't a horrible movie.
No, that was a good one. That saved Godzilla, because the first Godzilla was a piece of shit. And
there's like, hey, we're gonna make a Godzilla movie, but we're never gonna show Godzilla. We're just gonna let it. And then which people were like, that was kind of annoying. I was like, have you guys watched his original movie Monster, where he doesn't show the monsters, it just shows the people and you hear them and stuff like that? That's what they fucking did with Godzilla.
So I think that's a good hands. Maybe I'll watch it if I got nothing else to do.
What the fuck else are you gonna do? Watch Letterkenny for the 80th time?
Yeah, I could do that.
See, that's what's fucking wrong with you. That's what's fucking wrong with you.
Arrested Development. I can watch that again.
Well, yes. Now that's a good show. That's a good show.
Oh,
First 3 seasons.
Letterkenny.
Yeah, I couldn't. After Fart Book, I was like, I'm done with this fucking show.
And it was funny. You put me onto the fucking thing. I love it. Then Kennedy gets put onto it. Doesn't like it at first, but now he loves it too. And then you're the only fucking sourpuss that doesn't like it. So you know what?
I don't like it. Fart Book, I was like, this is fucking stupid. It's the same jokes repeatedly over and over.
I just like the fact that you told me to watch it, and then I watch it, and you're like, fuck, I should have never told me to watch it.
No, because now that's all they fucking post is that bullshit.
We haven't posted anything, so shut the fuck up, you liar.
Well, guys, when we're running out of ideas of good content to produce, Vin Diesel shows up and says, I want to make a Rock'em Sock'em robot film. Yes. The little game that you had when you were little is going to get the big screen adaptation, and Vin Diesel.
Didn't Hugh Jackman already star in that movie?
Yeah, Real Steel was pretty much the same fucking movie.
I just love the fact that everyone thinks of that movie when I think about Rock'em Sock'em.
I mean, is there anything like that? That's pretty right on, right? If you're gonna
so let me read you, and you tell me: am I reading Rock'em Sock'em Robot or am I reading Real Steel? The film will follow a father and son who form an unlikely bond with an advanced war machine. Am I reading the tagline for Real Steel or am I reading the tagline for Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
It's Rock'em Sock'em Robots because the kid wasn't
Real Steel.
That's correct.
No, that wasn't his son though.
Oh, I never saw it. I just saw the trailer.
No, he was because he was an old trainer to the robots, and I think the girl, I don't know who the girl was, but she had a kid, and they just befriended each other, but that wasn't his son in the movie.
So the
Wolverine was controlling robots. That's all I know.
So Robbie, I was gonna say, sorry, continue.
No, I was just saying, like, spoilers, the robot doesn't win the big fight at the end, just so y'all know. He just goes the distance. So
What's a fucking Rocky?
yeah,
Jesus.
It was basically Rocky for
robot version.
Yeah, because what happened was in the middle of the last fight, the robot lost its control. Like, it couldn't do the fighting on its own, so Hugh Jackman had to replicate. So basically, they were cheating in essence. But they put the senses, because Hugh Jackman's character was an old boxer, so he's just like, all right, we'll fight. And he goes the distance, and they're like, the big bad robot wins, but he goes the distance, because that was the whole thing. Oh, he won't go the distance. Like, literally, that movie is just Rocky for robots. That's why I like.
Wow. The executive producer of Mattel Films, Robbie Brenner, has the most bullshit line I've ever heard. He says, our rich library of franchises continue to yield compelling stories, and we're looking forward to creating what is sure to be a thrilling action adventure for the whole family to enjoy with Rock'em Sock'em robots. Bullshit.
That's like the Uno game with racing and all that other stuff.
So if you think they're not out of other ideas, Hasbro says, hold our beer. Because they're working on a TV series from the board game Guess Who.
Wow.
All right, correction. That kid was his son in the movie. I Apparently, the ex died, and I don't remember him saying you are my son in that movie, but I had to double check. I was wrong.
Apparently, this show for Guess Who has been in the works since 2019 with Lego Masters producers working on the idea of doing this. And each episode, so it's going to be a game show. And it's players choose a mystery character and then using each episode contestants make snap judgments based on based upon their clues and effort. Yeah. Intuition. That's the word. Couldn't get that fucking word out. And then players are also going to challenge opponents to a series of games in the championship series, with the first player to win 5 games is the Guess Who champion.
I hope one of the clues is like the Samuel L. Jackson meme. Does he look like a bitch? Oh my God.
They're all a motherfucker.
Mattel is also working on a Whack-A-Mole TV version, and not only are we getting the hip-hop underground world of Uno, but you will be getting a game show based upon Uno also. Hosted by Little Yachty. No, that's not true. It's just...
I knew that wasn't true.
As we continue to run out of good ideas, How I Met Your Father have been ordered to series with Hilary Duff to star in. The show that your friends watch is getting a spinoff. Like, did you guys ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Yes, nope. I watched it up until the last season, and I lost interest.
Oh, okay.
Nope, never did.
I never really watched it either.
This is the second time they tried to do the spinoff. So.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes, they had after this. I think right before the last season, they decided to do a spinoff or something, and they had it all written out. I think they had a pilot. They actually laid the groundwork for the pilot in the second to last season, and then they just was like, I think CBS was like, yeah, the guys who created it or CBS were like, we're gonna go a different route with it, and they were like, all right, fuck you guys.
Hilary Duff will star as Sophie, who is telling her son the story of how she met his father. The story beginning in 2021, where Sophie and her close-knit group of friends are in the midst of figuring out who they are and what they want out of life and how to fall in love in the age of dating apps and limitless options.
During COVID? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah.
You know, it's going to be funny watching that show and them talking about things that happened while we were fucking in our 20s. That's going to be hilarious. Oh, man, fucking Floyd Mayweather beat up a fucking no-name internet guy. I just can't wait to go, I remember that. Because that actually happened with my uncle. He was watching the show and they were talking about like a bar. And he's like, I know that bar. I used to go to that bar when I was 20. And I was like, oh, shit.
Well, Disney and Marvel Studios is working on Secret Invasion, which will be featuring Samuel L. Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn.
Snakes on the plane.
Olivia Colman is supposed to be on there. And then now Emilia Clarke of the Game of Thrones fame is going to be coming on to the series.
It's going to be a cartoon, right?
No, it's live action.
That's live
Is
action.
it live action?
Yeah.
What If is the cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh,
What If looks really
okay.
good.
Yeah, it does, because I think they're introducing Marvel Zombies in that one. But okay, very cool. I'm glad they're doing that. And I guess, everyone that saw Captain Planet, what's it called? Captain Marvel, Captain Planet. They saw, that whole
tree,
deal with
bitch.
Well, it is Earth Day. Happy Earth Day, everyone. So I guess that makes sense. I'm glad they're going to go down that route, but it's going to be a way to bring back Tony Stark, or
do we need Tony Stark back?
I don't know. There's a whole petition going by. Did you hear about that in California?
In California, yeah, but
yeah,
you've got the comics. Like, we don't really need Tony Stark. Like, allow other characters to be created and to flourish. Tony got us through the first 3 phases.
Heart?
Do what?
Yeah.
I
said, do you want to see like an Ironheart?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know how you set up Ironheart.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, you're talking about new characters.
Aren't they talking about with Young Avengers and stuff like that?
I don't know, because Ironheart doesn't fit into the Young Avengers if they're going that route. And I think with watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, with the introduction of one character, they're kind of leaving the door open for the Young Avengers. And with Loki, you kind of know
what character is setting up for Young Avengers.
Isaiah Bradley's grandson.
Oh, okay.
Because in Young Avengers, he's Patriot.
Oh, okay.
So I think with Loki,
that's what I assume they're setting up with Katie Bishop too, right? With Hawkeye.
Yeah. So it's like,
and I guess in Loki they're gonna have Asgardian.
No. With Loki, Kang. If you watch it, they show like a statue which looks like Kang.
Mm-hmm.
Kang, and the Young Avengers.
It's a young version of Kang.
It's a young version of Kang. Which, you know what? Honestly, now that I think about it, if they can combine Ironheart and Iron Lad together, because the guy playing Kang is black. So maybe she's his daughter from the future. They could do that.
Yep.
So, because I realized it's like, they can't do Iron Lad because that dude's white. Kang in the MCU is black.
Well, along with the Secret Invasion, remember, we're going to be getting Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and She-Hulk. So those are...
Womp, womp, womp. Didn't they say She-Hulk is going to have the Red Hulk in it?
Yep. And the Green Hulk.
If they do Red Hulk, that just gives me even more indication that they might do a Thunderbolts. Yeah.
Thunderbolts, yeah.
Yeah. They could do a Thunderbolts with U.S. Agent, fucking Zemo, Red Hulk. Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. That might be down the pipeline for us.
Thunderbolts would be a cool fucking series.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. Yeah. That would be really fucking cool.
Yep. And then couldn't they do it like Suicide Squad? Like every season they bring in you can bring in the Punisher, Elektra, like these people that they've got from the Netflix series. Like, couldn't you do that? Because these are all characters that have been Thunderbolts.
They could do that. Well, you had who was it? A Bullseye. I forgot who else was in.
Bullseye was West Coast Avengers. Was Bullseye part of the Thunderbolts? He was
part of West Coast.
Yeah, he was.
Bullseye was part of West Coast.
Hawkeye.
He was Hawkeye. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's two different. What?
No, he was.
He was Hawkeye.
He was Hawkeye. And the West Coast Avengers.
Yeah, the enemy of Daredevil.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he was part of the Evil Avengers, or what were they called?
Fuck me.
They weren't.
The name is West Coast Avengers.
It wasn't West Coast Avengers. It was called. I promise you. Was it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the old school, like early, late '80s, '90s, like miniseries West Coast Avengers.
No, we're talking about like 2000 West Coast Avengers.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting my comics mixed up. There are a lot of Avengers team.
The motherfucker with all the comic icons in the back.
I know.
Like, what?
But I'm thinking of. I was thinking of the one that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The one that was ran by Green Goblin, Norman Osborn.
West Coast Avengers had Bullseye as Hawkeye.
Hey! Pipe down. It's everyone's.
If anybody would like to donate for class there to get a subscription to Marvel Unlimited, that'd be very helpful.
He has one.
Does he?
I have that right over there. That whole Avengers box. I swear I didn't realize that's what it was called. This is crazy. Ignore me, everyone.
Hey,
they were called the Dark Avengers, assholes.
No, they're called the West Coast Avengers.
The comic book was called the Dark Avengers, though.
But they were but they also were called the West Coast Avengers.
Okay, so clearly I didn't read it. I just collected it, and it was called the Dark Avengers. So I'm not wrong.
I fucking read it.
So the public,
sorry, all right. So apologies. We're both right.
The West Coast Avengers, but the title of the comic book was Dark Avengers.
Yes,
there we go.
The series run was called the Dark Avengers.
Dark Avengers.
But they were on the West Coast. They were called the West Coast Avengers.
Okay. I got you.
Fuck me.
We're good.
Next episode of the Dragon Nerds, just Doc Martin and Martin.
And you're more of a comic book connoisseur than I am. My knowledge came late in the fucking game, and I'm just.
You're up on it, man. You're up on it. I was.
Let me. Big Brian V. Where are you? Can you be on the? No.
Let him. I'll be your toy guy. I'm so out of touch.
No, I'm just messing with you.
No. It's all good. I know.
As we continue talking about Emilia Clarke, she is actually going to be getting a Image comic that she is writing for. It's called Mother of Madness, and it will be. It's going to center on a woman named Maya, who is a scientist, superhero, and a mom, who's going to be fighting the sex trafficking game, which sounds very exciting for a comic.
So
So
it's going to be a comic. She's going to write it.
She's writing
it.
Yeah,
tying her name to it.
I would assume she's writing it. Why would they just tie her name into it?
Yeah, because it's Daenerys Targaryen, and that may sell.
Well, didn't
shit.
Keanu Reeves? That was his that he wrote, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can see him doing that, though.
So I think she's
a comic nerd, though. Okay.
Honestly, I thought that was just like Keanu Reeves pitching an idea and somebody else just writing down what he was saying. I don't think he actually went and decided to write this comic book.
Or she's pitching her idea and somebody's running with it.
It's kind of like CM Punk, like when he was writing comic books, like somebody else was there to help him write the comic books. It's not like he was actually typing that shit out, in my opinion. I could be wrong.
Let's see.
I mean, Punk's a comic book. He's a comic book fan, so like his run on Thor and shit. I assumed he did it,
but I thought Jason Aaron was helping him though.
It very, very well possible. I could see that. And if you're gonna get someone to help you write a book, Jason Aaron's a dude to help you write a fucking book. So we can all agree on that one, right?
They're saying it's like Deadpool action collides with Fleabag comedy. Wait, was that? Are you saying I read that one? Yeah.
No, class is like we could all agree that Jason Aaron's a good comic book writer, right?
Yes,
right,
yes, you can. Yes, he can.
We all know about that one, right?
Yes, he did a good job with Avengers and with Thor.
Did he do anything for Dark Avengers?
No, he didn't do anything with Dark Avengers.
He didn't do anything for the West Coast.
Wasn't that like Brian Michael Bendis or something like that?
Yes.
I didn't read it, Doc. I don't know.
That's true. You didn't look at the covers either, apparently.
I looked at the covers. They all said Dark Avengers.
Brian Michael Bendis. How the fuck do I know this? I don't know because I read the fucking comics.
Oh, man. Episode, what is this? Episode
294.
Whatever. It's going to be called Class as a Poser. It's been a front all these years.
It's all right. I give you props. You can find shit at the toy store. You saw me. I was like, empty pegs, empty pegs, empty pegs.
The struggle was
he hasn't came over. He hasn't came all the way over to Hillview. There should be something that fuck no ain't shit there. I was like, God.
Yeah.
You should have went to the what's that the hand me down spot by you, Doc? I went in there with L Rock one time.
The toy store out on I didn't go to that one.
Should have went there. Probably have some good shit in the bargain bin.
Well, they don't have bargain bins. It's a bunch of like used.
Talking about Toy Crazy?
Yeah, no, not Toy. It might have been Toy Crazy. Was it Toy Crazy?
No, it wasn't Toy Crazy. It had like clothes and stuff like that. And me and L Rock were like in the comic book / DVD section, and we saw like a bunch of cool shit there. And I was like, oh shit, like look at that.
I wonder what that was.
It was one of those bargains.
I mean, when I went to Ollie's, really the only thing I was kind of saying is, hey, if you go to Ollie's, if you need trades, there's good trades.
Yeah, that was a fucking like just all sorts of shit there. I was like, ooh, I want to go there.
Yeah.
Every now and then at Ollie's, man, you'll find some. They'll have like Marvel Legend 2-packs for like $12.99. Every now and then you'll find like Star Wars 3 3/4 inch figures for like $5.99, like the vintage collection. But man, it's slim pickings. If you don't get it like a week or two that they first drop, you're shit out of luck there. So, you know what, Doc? I want to give you mad props on how slow I was recording today. Some footage for this upcoming episode of Crave of the Toy Hunt. What I noticed you did, not only talk real low, which you give me a lot of advice on like my setup, but you didn't go past everything real quick. You're taking your time, showing this, showing that, showing like you were showing a little bit of everything.
Yes,
and I need to do that.
Yeah, I slowly moved the camera, and what the other thing was is like go in, look at things first, and then go, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to give reactions. It's not completely.
Like, oh my god!
Yeah, it's completely not fucking just off the cuff. Like, oh look, this is this. It was like I already saw that board game. That looks interesting. Let me focus on this and move forward and go from there.
I like the authentic reaction. That or maybe I don't know.
Could you tell it was authentic or not? No, you couldn't.
No, I was saying on mine. On mine, I'm like. I'll start flipping through and I'm like, oh my god, Boba Fett.
Nothing beats the G.I. Joe when he was looking for, he says before he goes in the store, I really want to find that guy, the Zoltan. And he's like, holy shit, Zoltan!
Zartan. But,
Zartan, whatever. I don't fucking know.
Well, but see, he went in knowing what he's looking for. I was going in to find anything interesting that'd be worth snagging. And there wasn't anything worth interesting snagging.
But like I said, you did a good job with like making jokes and stuff like that and being informative. Because like one of the funny parts that made me laugh was when you find the board game and you're like, oh, it's a scratch off. Well, this doesn't have a lot of replay value.
Yeah,
it doesn't. No.
Yep.
And then Stacy found the game and she opens it up and it's like 3 or 4 levels that you got to play through in this mystery game. And she pulls the first one out, she's reading it, and then she pulls the second one out and goes, so, you notice that the vampire died by this? And she goes, oh, I guess that's the answer to the first part. I was like, how about you put that shit back in, okay? So that when we play this, it's not spoiled already?
Was she the one that like would go to choose your own adventure and like, I didn't let my finger off the page. I know it ended there. I'm going to go back to this one.
I would go back there, yeah. I was like, fuck.
I did that all the time.
Let's try somewhere else.
Yeah, like my shit ended quick. I want the most out of this.
Motherfuckers get book reports on Choose Your Adventure books.
Bro, I'm telling you, I had like a 5-pack of a G.I. Joe Choose Your Own Adventure back in the day. Still better than all these comics. I actually read those, the Choose Your Own Adventure books. Those were amazing.
You didn't get confused on who was who where they were from.
No. Well, because the story was called G.I. Joe. It wasn't like, whatever, Cobra Island. Oh man, that's funny. I'm gonna go back and read Dark Avengers now. I got like a lot of them. So
I feel like what you learned this week is gonna be what we think it is.
Well, Marvel is releasing a manga starring a cat. It's going to be called Marvel Meow, starring Captain Marvel's cat Chewie.
All right, that sounds like it's going to be riveting.
You get to find out how Chewie wreaks havoc in the lives of Marvel's most popular characters, like Spider-Man and Iron Man. Also with Thanos and Galactus, and whimsical anti-hero Deadpool. Galactus, right? Galactus?
Yeah, all right. Oh, take it from the.
I just know the sound it makes when I pull the trigger. What the fuck? It's going to be written and drawn by Neo Fuji. If you all are big fans of that person's work.
Episode ever.
What?
I don't know who that is. I said this is the best episode ever.
It's going to be released on October 12th. If you're looking for more Magna, Deadpool Samurai is going to come out next, launching in February 2022. Was originally a one-shot in Japan, and then it got so popular that it's now going to be an entire full series for that. So fans of Marvel and Japanese culture and comics, where you read from back to front, if you didn't know that, you're going to be coming out with some stuff like that. Anybody that's a part of the VR world and have an Oculus 2, me, I have one right there. They showed a bunch of the games that are going to be coming out. One of the coolest one is they're going to be doing a VR version of Resident Evil 4. If you ever played the legendary game of Resident Evil 4, now you can be playing it on VR and run through it again. Which I'm glad I never actually finished the game, so now when I get on VR, I'll play through it and finish the game. And
get the shit scared out of you.
See if it's all up to the hype and stuff like that. Class, you've never played VR?
I never have, but I was a fan of the Resident Evil games, and that would be a fucking crazy experience, man.
The one reason I couldn't get into RE4 is it went completely different. Like, I was so used to when you hit pause to get into your inventory, everything froze. Like, nothing was happening.
Right.
But Resident Evil 4, you get in your inventory, shit's still happening. Like, you gotta move quickly, get that, switch out the bullets, or get your health, or anything like that. You didn't have time to figure out what the fuck you were wanting to do.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I've never played any kind of VR game. I had some little bullshit VR gimmick that like worked on a phone or something. Like you would put your phone in there and like you do.
Oh yeah, no.
So cheap. And so
whenever you get a chance to we meet up or down in Concave, I'll bring mine. You'll be amazed at what VR does. And maybe Joshua actually will buy one for himself.
I don't want one.
You do want one.
I don't. Like, I got two people telling me, "Oh, you need to buy the Oculus headset." I'm like, I don't want to.
Well, don't talk to Mitchell. He'll sell it also. Because I sold it to him, and he went and bought one. And
all right, I bet you I'll tell you about it. Mitchell's like, Josh, have you done VR? I don't want to. All right, man. That's it. That's the whole interaction about VR.
Let's go.
Yeah, that dude's the man. I love that kid.
He's so excited to hang out with you in Concave. He's like, I can't wait to get Joshua all hyped up. I was like, what? Why do you need to get him hyped up? All right. Well, that's all my stories. That's it.
Oh,
We're done.
No.
We're done.
All right. We're done. No.
Joshua, what'd you learn this week?
I learned that fucking DMX was in a Sum 41 video. A video I never seen. And I was like, what the fuck?
Which one is it?
I don't fucking know. It's like they're having a house party and he just comes in with a fucking 4x4 or off-road fucking thing. And I'm like, what the
DMX Sum 41.
Like, I didn't even know this and I was bugged out. I was like, holy shit.
Makes No Difference is the song.
Yeah, so that kind of blew my mind.
Class, what'd you learn this week?
We all heard what I learned. The Dark Avengers were called the West Coast Avengers.
Hold on, let me.
I had no fucking clue about that.
Let me just double check. Because I mean I know there is the West Coast Avengers. I want to make because they wouldn't have called themselves the Dark Avengers, right? They would have called themselves the
No, surely not. Yeah, because
because then it's like you call yourself, we're the Dark Avengers, and people are like, something about that.
These guys are gonna fuck us over at some point. All these villains.
Look what happened with the Thunderbolts, and now they're calling themselves Dark Avengers.
No, I'm sure they're called the West Coast Avengers. So I'm sure they are. When you were saying he was Hawkeye, I was going back to like the late '80s, early '90s, like John Byrne run, where it was like there was the Vision Quest. I put some things about the Vision Quest on my Instagram a while back during the whole WandaVision thing where he was white. So I was familiar with that. Hawkeye, Clinton Barton was part of that. So you're like, Deadpool was part of that, or Bullseye was part of that. And I was like, what? And so I was getting my shit mixed up. And then when you said that, it was all clicking because Dakin was part of the team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I know what you're talking about. I just clearly.
If you've not read Dark Avengers, it's a very, very good series. You definitely should check it out.
And Iron Patriot, or was it? Is that what Norman Osborn was called?
Yeah,
Iron
that's
Patriot?
what he was wearing, the Iron Patriot gimmick, because he was their Iron Man.
Yeah.
I think what Sentry was their Thor, kind of, or was it Ares? Ares? I think Ares was.
Ares was in there because Sentry was part of the Mighty Avengers. I know that because I was part of Wolverine. Wolverine was part of that. Spider-Man was part of that.
I think Moonstone was their Scarlet Witch.
That makes
I think
sense.
what she was supposed to be. They had their own Venom as their Spider-Man.
Good, that's
But
right.
I think it was a different Venom.
I think it was
Agent Venom or whatever.
No, Agent Venom.
Gorgon.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, Mark Gorgon.
I'm sorry, Agent Venom was part of
That's Flash.
Guardians of the
Thompson.
Galaxy.
or the
No, that's Flash Thompson.
That was okay. Then what was with the Thunderbolts? That was just Venom.
Yeah, I think that was just Venom. That was probably Eddie.
Yeah. Okay. Because that was a crazy looking Venom. I love the way they did the art for that. So where they have crazy with. So that's what I learned today. I hope I'm redeeming myself about Avengers just now with Mighty Avengers.
I learned with a little bit of minimum effort, Josh will actually hang stuff up in this background. So I feel honored. And then I feel good that when I actually give notes to somebody, class will be the one that actually will listen to my notes and add some stuff to the background. Like I was like, hey, I think this would work. And Josh would just, every time I say, hey, why don't you try this? And he's just like, what do you want me to do?
Well, I hope by this time next week, the lighting situation's a little bit different, a little more focused. So you got some maybe the same.
I mean, that's what I've got to do with my stuff back here is I'm going to get some lighting to kind of accentuate the background there.
That's what I want to do. And we'll try different colors. We'll see what the background looks. We'll let Doc choose this for us.
And I also learned that class is buying a lot of Danhausen shit right now.
Very nice, very evil, very nice.
I'm kind of on a Danhausen kick right now, so yeah.
So Danhausen, if you need help on your mortgage, just contact Chris Class. He'll buy whatever gimmick you've got going on.
That reminds me of a Simpsons joke with the hot dog man. Like Homer kept buying a hot dog throughout the whole episode, and the hot dog guy's like at his surgery, and the lady's like, Marge is like, what are you doing here? Like, well, my husband's having surgery. He's like, lady, he's putting my kids through college. That's what Coach Class is going to be for Danhausen. Like, hey, put the money
Danhausen, he introduced episode 17 of Craven the Toy Hunt. So go check it out.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what this is, but it's a show, I guess, about
That's a good impression.
That was a pretty good impression, Doc. Next episode, I want Doc dressed up, painted up like Danhausen.
You got the match. It's in the mask over.
You can have this. You can have that, buddy.
Yes, it cuts into my eyes because I remember the old school mask. Does it have is it just the mask or is it like the pullover thing too? Or
it's the little strings are on the side. It has a little.
He's gonna break that shit. You might as well just paint this face like that. We got to get the painting.
Yeah, the painting would probably be
a whole little
easier.
thing on the back about it. And this is 351 of 500 limited edition.
Well, there you go.
Wow,
Doc hates when I hold it up, so very cool.
Congratulations. We've been numbered. Class got 351 of 500, and I got 2012 of like a million fucking players.
All right. Well, that will bring the show to a close. So,
what did you learn, Doc?
Oh, that you don't know the fucking West Coast Avengers is what I learned.
That's true.
I learned that you buy a lot of Danhausen stuff in the last week.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else that I learned. I learned that Joshua wants to use that background behind him right now to be his Ultimates thing.
It's still going to be more stuff. I'm going to add to it. I'm going to get I'll probably get like an Ultimates thing, a Marvel Strike.
Wait, so so all you're going to do is throw up pictures, and that's going to be your background
for the time being, because I want to get the ball rolling on this. So I'm
reading the comics is getting the ball rolling.
Yes, I read the comics. So yes,
you read all the comics.
No. That's the whole purpose of the show. But I've read a good majority of them. Don't worry about it. So yeah, more stuff is going to be there. I can't wait to send it to you. I can't wait for Doc to just like polish it up, because he's good at polishing turds. So
I also learned that it only takes me 2 hours to cut up a toy hunting video. So I'm not sure what Class is doing when he's putting his show together. I was
You know what? No offense, Doc. You did an amazing job.
Oh, thank you.
But I cut through my shit like I'm doing things in very fast clips. I'm including it. Plus, you have a background in this shit. Like they saying, like, Doc, all right, go out there. You got a STEMI that just came into the ER. Like, fucking go take care of that. Okay, like you can't always do that.
It may take me a few hours.
I was literally waiting for this because when he sent it to the group chat, I was like, does he not know this motherfucker works at a fucking hospital? And like, doesn't he know? Like, and you can tell Chris does it where he's like, he films, stops. Like, it's just, it is what it is. Like,
no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't stop. He shoots the whole thing, but he cuts it up because there's a lot of probably pauses and ums and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, no, you will see that in a lot of YouTube videos. You'll see it cut. And I was just like, but if you watch the video that I do, which is, I'll link it up on here. You can see I'm slowly talking about what I am going. I'm very thinking about what I'm saying versus what I do here where I'm natural and blah, 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 blah. I don't do that either. It's a different video.
I use iMovie.
Oh God, yeah, that's a
you see, professional, and then guy who's just doing it for kicks.
You don't have to use iMovie. I bet you have a copy of Premiere somewhere.
No, not on this phone.
No, but I don't edit on my phone. I do it all on the iMac right here. So.
I did.
I edit on my iMac with Premiere though, because it's way.
That's what I need. I need to start getting on that because, dude, your graphics look amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just Premiere. I pull the graphics that they had. I said, "This looks nice. I'm gonna throw it in," and then I just pull the color that I was using for my graphics for Frackin' Nerds, and it's like, let's incorporate all the same colors and just.
I'm not gonna lie, that was one thing I was like, "Oh shit, Doc really fucking did a number on those fucking like the
those elements and shit look amazing."
I was like, and he had music in the background, which I was like, "Why the fuck does he have music in the background?" But all right.
Well, one, I put music in because if you listen to it, it's me breathing hard. I was like, God damn.
I don't know.
I'm fucking Darth Vader over here and shit.
I hate to burst your bubble, but the music didn't help. We still heard you fucking.
No, I know. I know. I wasn't trying to hide it. I was throwing music in because it's so boring when it's just you just shooting stuff. If you're not talking and filling in, that's what the music is to help what you're watching.
If you go back and watch, go ahead.
I just want people to know if you watch that video, that's only a fraction of what you hear when he's playing Overwatch.
No, that is no. If you hear that sound, that means I am focusing on what the fuck I'm doing. Because otherwise, it's like, Josh, stop fucking running. Why are you running? Everyone else on our team is dead. Why are you running to the point? Why? Come back, Josh. Come back, Josh. Do you see the guy on the left? Do you see the guy on the left? No. What? Oh, you're dead. You're dead.
If you go back and watch the very first episode of Kraven the Toy Hunt, there's no music. That's a lot of me talking and just rambling on. And there's a lot of me just like, I'm going to record every single fucking thing as opposed to making it chop. And like for like, I mean, a lot of this stuff, it's like for short attention span for the flashes that watch, for that ADHD type mentality that needs to like on to the next. So I do it like that. And I do a lot of my cuts like that on purpose. So it takes a little more time because I'm going back and like, let me cut this out. Let me increase the sound here. And plus nowadays with YouTube, you have to crank up music because you walk into like a Walmart or a Target and like they have music playing, you'll get hit with a copyright infringement. So that was good point putting the music on. I've been putting music on since like episode like 3.
You feel weird because I felt weird when I was in the aisle and there's somebody there. And I'm like, I was like, go away. Just go away. Like, I'm talking to my phone, please. Why are you standing there?
I wanted to be famous.
Yeah. No, it's not that. I'm just recording and I'm like, this feels awkward. Like, please go.
It's weird. It was really weird at first because I remember I was first doing it and I was like, oh, here's a neck. Like trying to be all quiet. But now I'm like, oh my God, Predator. Like, going crazy. Like, I don't give a fuck now.
Yeah, I found a Predator for you. I was like, oh, there you go, class. There's a Predator.
You did. But yeah, now I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. This is like, I don't know. I got to do something.
Yeah, my first time out there, I was just like, go, please leave the aisle while I record this because I feel weird about what I'm doing.
Dude, and then when you're at Target and there's like all the hot moms in there, you're like, oh fuck, who's this weird grown man like putting toys talking to his phone? Like I have my mask on.
He's gonna be filming my butt.
Yeah, yeah, that goes on the cutting room floor, but you know, nah, I don't do that shit. I try to keep people away from my videos. Like I don't want to record people.
Start coughing.
Yeah.
That'll scatter them.
Yep. Hey, Joshua, how can they learn more about you?
Well, if you want to see me post tweets about me getting all the characters in Marvel Strike Force, you can follow me on Twitter at Green Eyed Bebop. And if you want to see me post pictures of the stupid shit my grandmother watches during the daytime, you can follow me on Instagram at Green Eyed Bebop as well.
Excellent. And then, class, how can we learn about you and all that you crave of the hunt?
Follow Craven with a C. Craven the Toy Hunt on Instagram. I'll show little previews of what I collect, pictures of what I collect, so on and so forth, as well as Craven the Toy Hunt on YouTube. That's my weekly, usually, toy hunt video, and you'll see me collect toys and not comics that I don't read.
And then if you're needing to follow Frackin' Nerds, we've got Facebook, we've got Instagram, we've got Twitter, we've got the YouTube channel. I think that's it. I mean, that's it. So
Discord.
Yeah. Do what?
Discord.
Oh, Discord, yeah. So come and join us on the Discord channel. Nobody's joined us, so we're just hearing crickets. So please come join us and talk to us, and we'll have conversations. If you've gotten this far during the show, most people haven't, but if you have, congratulations. So from Joshua all the way on the East Coast, class across the bridge, this is Doc Martin saying, have a fracking good week.